Hey everyone, this will be a bit of a Buzzsaw Lightning, or just cast on crit Buzzsaw spec update. Small kind of update, because not a lot has changed for me. I've been playing the Tornado Shot spec for the past week while trying to 6-socket and 5 or 6 link a Cloak of Defiance. I have just yesterday managed to 5 link it, so I traded in my tabula and one of the links, and I'm now 5 linking. The primary ones that I'm linking with are GMP, Spectral Throw, Custom Crit, and I'm going with Ball Lightning and Arc. Because I lost tabula, I had to drop my Lightning Pen. So I do some considerably less damage, but it's still pretty good. I still clear pretty well with it. For the tougher bosses or really single target, if I really feel like I need to, I'll swap in my Freezing Pulse over the Arc, and it kills a lot quicker. One of the main things I just did or changed is I put 1% lightning damage leeched as life on my weapon because it had a free prefix. You get that from Katarina becoming level 6, and you can then get any one of these for 4 chaos. If your weapon has the free slot, it is highly worth doing to the element of your choice. It means you don't need a Doriani's belt to leech, or you can get the Doriani's belt anyway and still have a 2% leech, or 1% of cold, 1% of lightning if you're playing, say, Arc and Freeze Pulse, or Ball Lightning and Freeze Pulse. Something like that together. Otherwise, not a lot has changed for me. I've been working on my chance to hit, which is now up to 90%, and my crit, which is almost at 60 before power charges. So my proc rate is pretty decent, thanks to the hit and crit. So I'm happy with that. Otherwise, my gems are still level 19. My arc, 1200 DPS. I don't have a good spirit shield yet, which gives some substantial spell damage. I'm only level 86, so my next 4 levels at the moment are going to go to gaining 12% each level, and then 25. So at level 90 I will have a good bit more damage there. And one other thing I'm kind of exploring or thinking about is, if you start Witch especially, but even as Shadow, you can maybe drop all of these if you don't need the mana regen, and instead go this way and try and pick that stuff up. Maybe instead of those. But if you're a witch, you can then go that way and even pick up the free 40%. Because I feel some of these might be a little bit wasted. I kind of do need the mana regen at the moment. Cloak of Defiance has pushed me up to free 500 mana, while I still have Mind Over Matter, so whenever I get hit, it does take some of my mana away. But with this extra mana regen I now have, I'm up to 215, and that means I can run a much higher Arctic Armor. So I'm now running a level 18 Arctic Armor over the level 11 I currently was. Well, previously was, I mean. That's what I was using before. So now a level 18, it gives me 100 minus physical and fire, so I've become a lot tankier. And also I gained the evasion from the actual chest itself. I'll still go in and shoot some stuff for you guys so you can see that it's all still doing pretty well. So it's kind of up to you. If you want to keep using your tabula for the more DPS, then by all means do so. I traded in so I could run a higher level Arctic Armor. You do lose a bit of your damage, but it is what it is. So Vegan might be one thing you want to swap your Freeze Pulse in for. He's probably the toughest thing you're going to be facing as this spec, because he's really tanky, he's really single targety, and just overall a big pain. And he has his various specs that are just absolutely annoying. Like this one, for example, he just lightning warps all over the place, he heals. Like, you know, why even bother putting this stuff in GTG, honestly? It's a lot easier to deal with something like this on my puncture character. Your single target is much better. Like, I might not even bother here, this is so annoyingly not fun. Gotta lock him down for a second. No, don't heal, don't heal, don't heal. Ah. God, that is just not fun. Where'd he even go? Oh, he teleported again after that. Sweet. So I guess you can also see that one of my combos I sometimes do run is Ball Lightning and Freeze Pulse. As not just as a single target, but as a clearer. It's pretty laggy, or computer intensive. So it might not be for everyone, but it works. It works pretty well. I tried running Arc and Freeze Pulse, that would have been the dream, but since you shatter things with your Freeze Pulse, every time you shatter, your arcs don't chain at all, and it ends up, from what I've found, slowing your clear speed and making the clearing a bit more annoying because you have to go back for single mobs and such. Whereas Ball Lightning, Freeze Pulse, together they work pretty well. One shocks, one freezes. Both do some pretty decent DPS. And pretty much just spray in a cone, killing everything. But it's not what I usually clear with. I usually opt to clear with Arc and Ball Lightning. Without 6-link, it's a little... feels a little worse. On large packs, you can't really tell the difference. On the tougher stuff, you can feel the no lightning pen. The Reflector's not too bad to deal with these days. Now that I have 1% leech. Now that I have a Cloak of Defiance. But, yeah, this character is still pretty far away from completion. Like, even my standard character isn't what I would call complete. Still got a few pieces that could be substantially better. This spec in particular, the more levels you get, the better it's all going to be. Because just about every single level, you will be getting some sort of useful passives. Whether it's towards damage, life, crit, accuracy, attack speed, something. The last, 15, 20 levels, they're not about traveling along the tree anymore. They're about filling out good passives. So I could use some more levels too on the standard Co as well. So just wrap this map up in a second. It helps a lot when you have your two bosses or your boss to kill with a pack. But try and do that as best as possible. Otherwise it is a bit slower. So we'll jump over onto the other character real quick. Where are we? And just have a feel for how it is. Oh, we happen to have a canyon. Convenient. Roll it into something not completely terrible. Yep, good enough. You can see that it is, it feels a lot better when you have, say, 1000 more DPS on your arc. You have faster attack speed, and you have, I'm not sure I have any more, yeah, just a little bit more crit. So exactly the same sort of thing, but this character is a bit more geared and has a few more levels. Also, that 6th link. You can see Arc just about melts everything instantly before Ball Lightning even does anything, because the Arc does so much more damage than my other Arc, the other character. And the point here, I guess, is that 1.2 certainly gave this spec a few more options, I think. You don't strictly have to be lightning. You don't have to spec one particular way into lightning damage or whatnot. You can broaden your horizons. Be a bit more general crit, elemental spell damage based, and swap around between freeze pulse, or lightning, arc, a few other things even, Arctic Breath, Fireball, Flame Surge. There's a lot of variations you can go with this spec now, because the passive tree feels a bit more suited towards doing what you like, I feel. This character still is more or less what I will try to be aiming for on Rampage, because it feels so much better playing this guy than my other guy at the moment. It's just that much more complete. And yet, still, there's quite a distance I could go. For example, my dagger has no spell damage, doesn't have the 1% leech. My shield has pretty low spell damage, doesn't have any spell crit, doesn't have any... oh, it does have mana regen. Oh, no mana regen either. I mean, sky's pretty much the limit. And that was just so quick and satisfying to play. The more attack speed and crit you have, the more satisfying it kind of feels playing these characters. Because especially for Whirling Blades, for me, having a good 2020 and a 20 quality Whirling Blades with a high attack speed just feels a lot smoother when traveling from pack to pack. Having a good accuracy, good crit, good attack speed really builds your power charges and shoots out your spells a lot nicer. So they're the things to focus on when building your character, when progressing. Spell damage, links, gear, life, defenses, resists, all that kind of comes after. Still need it to a certain extent, but try and build that crit attack speed and accuracy. Because it is a cast on crit build after all, and we cast on crit. There's not much to show here, there's not much to really do. The setup, yeah, it's a level 21 arc. It's a lightning pen, and it's a ball lightning, which got bricked. Otherwise, quality, pretty important on your stuff, will make you feel a lot faster. And that's 20% attack speed right there. Same with these, it's 20% extra attack speed. These, I don't have a 20 quality GMP, but that would be another 20% attack speed. 30% even, since we're counting the spectral throw, faster attacks. And yeah, quality on your power charge on crit is insane because it brings you up to almost 70% chance, which makes your power charge generation a lot faster, a lot smoother. So try and get one of those. I don't have one on my Rampage character, so it does feel a bit worse. And it's noticeable. Yeah, I hope the spec's still working out for you guys. Hope you're finding the right spell combinations for you and having fun with it. There's no right combination, so not to sound like a dick, but stop messaging me and saying what's the best. For me, the best is probably Ball Lightning and Arc. For you, it might be Freeze Pulse and Ice Spear, or Flame Surge and Fireball. any number of things that makes you feel best while playing. So there is no right setup. So yeah, guys, have fun, experiment, gear up, play lots, get some sweet microtransactions. All the good stuff PoE has to offer. That was an update, and thanks for watching.